From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday the 13th. September 13th, not into spooky season quite yet, and the weather's going to, for the most part, cooperate. We thought we would have some rain headed into central Indiana. It's looking like Francine, the remnants of it, are really going to stay to the south, maybe southern Indiana. You're going to get some rain. Otherwise, expect dry weather, feeling good. It's going to be a pretty typical warm temperatures today. Breaking news, a man is dead after a shooting on the near north side, and police say a person of interest is detained. It happened at around 12:20 this morning at the Westmont Apartments on Lewis Street. That's just north of the North Split. Officers say they were first called to the scene for a domestic disturbance. Once there, they found a man with gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. The mayor of Indianapolis has signed off on the new investigation into his administration. The move allows an independent look at the accusations of sexual misconduct leveled against the mayor's former top aide and other city employees. Mayor Joe Hogsett also finally sat for an extended questioning about the allegations. IT Mate's Cody Fisher tells us what happened and what's next.
I did what I was required to do at the time that people complained about how Thomas Cook was behaving.
When Lauren Roberts came forward in 2017 with her allegations against Cook, Hogsett said he handed the investigation over to an outside law firm. When that investigation was finished, he says he sanctioned Cook, telling him he was not allowed to have any sexual relationships with any city employees.
Where are the documents proving that you actually did that investigation? Where are those documents? We've requested them.
To release all of those documents to the public would undermine the very nature of providing a safe and confidential atmosphere for employees to come forward.
Roberts took to social media while the press conference was being live streamed, saying, @Indy Mayor Joe, since you're citing confidentiality as a reason for not releasing records related to the, quote, investigation you say you directed Taft to do after I first emailed you in May 2017, I'm requesting a meeting with you and that investigator. After Roberts came forward and after Cook was sanctioned by Hogsett, Caroline Ellert says Cook had an inappropriate sexual relationship with her. At the press conference, Hogsett steered the conversation toward what his administration is doing now to investigate these allegations.
Why we are here today, it is because the press has widely reported on these matters. The City County Council has paired up with the administration to look into each and every one of these issues.
If these women had not come forward, would we be sitting here today talking about what you just signed?
I'm not going to speculate.
Do you feel responsible for fostering an environment where something like this can happen?
The mayor of the city of Indianapolis has to take a leadership role and update its policies and procedures that protect a safe and comfortable working environment for all of its employees. So in that regard, that is a responsibility of mine, and that is why we are here today.
Mayor Hogsett said he will be cooperating fully with this investigative committee that is put together by the City County Council that will be looking into the actions of his administration and how they handle these sexual harassment allegations against his former top aide, Thomas Cook. For IT Mate, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
My phone was stolen as the door was about to shut. It was a perfect crime.
IndyGo writer Bill Malcolm says two young people snatched his phone from his own hands and ran off as he was riding the red line. He tells News 8 that he does not think IndyGo is doing enough to stop crime on their buses. Malcolm says the robbery happened on Sunday. IndyGo tells News 8 only 5 thefts have been reported on buses in the last 18 months. Spokesperson says Sunday's alleged robbery is being investigated. IndyGo also says they have security and law enforcement patrolling bus routes and have increased the number of fare inspectors. A man is in custody and facing charges for a deadly attack inside the Indiana Convention Center. Brian Fulton is 33. IMPD says police arrested him shortly after it happened Wednesday evening after witnesses pointed him out to an officer. Another officer found the victim on the second floor of the building. The coroner has not released the name of the victim or any word about what led to that attack. The preliminary charge against Fulton is murder. The Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms is offering a $20,000 reward as they search for a drug and gun trafficking suspect. ATF says Jerron Bertram is wanted for trafficking activity in Indianapolis and Phoenix. Investigators say they think he has fled to Mexico, but is still hoping to send fentanyl and other drugs to Indiana. If you have information on where he is, you can contact the ATF at 1-88-ATF-TIPS or call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. Sentencing is set for October 7th for a man convicted of a spree of attacks on women in downtown Indianapolis. Victor Johnson faced 13 charges, including attempted murder, attempted rape, battery with a deadly weapon, too. Investigators say he attacked at least 4 women who refused his advances over a 2-day span in June of 2020 along the Cultural Trail, Veterans Memorial Plaza. Prosecutors announced his conviction on Thursday. An Indianapolis nonprofit is asking for your feedback to help improve the welfare of animals. The group is called FIDO, Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside. FIDO is working on a 5-year plan to create a rescue hub for pet owners. Among other things, it would provide help to those who don't have the means to care for their pets.
It's bad, like litter boxes not being changed, flies flying around food, it starts with some of the hygiene in the housing too, it's family.
The survey is active until next Thursday. You can find it on wishtv.com. Colts hit the road for the first time this season on Sunday and for their first trip to Greenbay since 2016. The game against the Packers is a homecoming of sorts for 2 Colts players. Wide receiver Alec Pierce says he has family in the area, and running back Jonathan Taylor was a star at the University of Wisconsin. He's clearly pumped to play at Lambeau Field.
I've been waiting for this one, definitely hoping I get a Lambeau leap in. Hopefully I don't get anything poured on me. I've seen reports of that, but it's really going to be fun. Wisconsin should be one heck of a state to be in right now, especially Saturday. The Badgers have Bama coming into town, so it should be pretty lively.
Colts kick off against the Packers Sunday afternoon at 1. Indianapolis Indians played their last weekend homestand of the season, and it is Razor Shine's weekend. He will be honored on Saturday with the retirement of his jersey and number. He joined Daybreak this morning to talk about the honor.
With your permission, we'd like to retire your uniform number 3.
Oh my goodness. First of all, let me say that's quite an honor. And secondly, you have my permission. My family would love nothing more.
That is the moment Razor Shines found out he will have a permanent place in Indianapolis Indians history. This weekend, the team is, for the first time in its long history, retiring the number of a former Indian. It is the number 3. Razor Shines wore it for nearly a decade in a league where careers sometimes only last weeks. You have had a few months to digest that phone call, sort through your emotions and your thoughts. Today, what do you think of that honor?
I think it is the ultimate honor. My number that I wore is going to hang next to Jackie Robinson's number. And I can't begin to tell you what that means to me.
To listen to that full interview, go to wishtv.com. As for the games, Razor Shines will be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch tonight and during the day game on Sunday. The ceremony for retiring his jersey and number will be happening on Saturday. 4-wheel drive, horsepower, trucks, and mud. The 43rd annual Tire Rack 4-Wheel Jamboree Nationals kicks off on Friday. News 8's Colin Bailey is at the Indiana State Fairgrounds with more on the family-friendly event.
Fun for the whole family. Some of these trucks might not even make the mud like this one. I mean, check out this shiny truck 2000 F250 here. I have Smoke Jones joining us. Smoke, just talk about this truck. This thing is sweet. You turn it on for us. You rev the engine a little earlier. You put a lot of time and effort into this bad boy.
Yeah, I've been building it for about 11 years. It's a passion. It's all I do. Truck is my life.
What are you looking forward to this year?
Just the people. The show is great. The trucks are awesome, but the people are just outstanding. Everyone you meet is just like their family.
What's your favorite part of this truck? Mine was the sound system.
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite part. The interior's been a real passion to making it what it is. A lot of one-off in there. It is truly a custom interior. The upholstery was custom made for me for this truck. So it's been what I work on the most.
This thing's beautiful. I appreciate you joining us. You can come out here, see all these trucks, see some of the mud action through Sunday. But for now, at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Now here's Jane King with your business headlines, starting with a strike at Boeing.
Thousands of workers are on the picket line this morning. Now, these are the workers who build the commercial planes in Seattle and Portland, Oregon. They voted down an accord recommended by union leaders. Now, this agreement had many gains for the workers, but it fell short of what the union initially sought. Now, one estimate on Wall Street is if this strike would go on for 30 days, it could cost the company $1.5 billion. So we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. But day one of the strike at Boeing today. Amazon is hiking its average national pay for contracted delivery drivers to roughly $22 an hour, up from $20.50. The drivers don't work directly for Amazon, but rather a contracted third party that works closely with the e-commerce giant. And this comes as Amazon faces unionization efforts, and of course, in front of the holiday shopping season. Well, big news for Apple, and it has nothing to do with an iPhone. The FDA authorized the second generation AirPods Pro to be used as hearing aids. Now, users would have to install the hearing aid feature, which is going to be part of the iOS 18 update. And the feature starts with a hearing test on your paired iPhone or iPad, and then the AirPods could be used for those with mild to moderate hearing loss. Well, Firestone will continue as the only tire supplier for all IndyCar racing. Bridgestone and Penske have reached a long-term extension of their contract. The agreement will keep Firestone as the only tire supplier for all the IndyCar races and the Indy Developmental Series, as well as the Indy 500. Firestone wrapping up its 25th straight year as IndyCar's tire supplier. Stocks added to Wednesday's gains and are poised for an up week. The smaller companies actually did pretty well yesterday and does look like a positive start this morning. Live from the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King.
Central Indiana scary season is here. It's opening weekend for several of the big haunted houses. Nightmare on Edgewood opens today, Friday the 13th, fitting for an attraction that features scare areas with movie themes. This year, it has 3, spanning 40,000 feet and 3 stories. Nightmare on Edgewood warns that it's a full contact experience and the actors will touch you at times. There is a way to avoid that, though. A $10 chicken ticket. The Nightmare on Edgewood runs weekends through November 2nd. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.